Do I need to do a countdown or no?
I'm gonna do 3, 2, 1, and then we go.
All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bingothon. I hope you're all having a wonderful time. Up next here, we got the Illusion of Gaia by SO5Z. Take it away.
Yeah, hi, my name is SO5Z and I'm showing you Illusion of Gaia, and not only Illusion of Gaia, we will be playing the Randomizer, which is a super fun randomizer, and yeah, we will be going for a triple bingo because I don't think the incentive has been met yet.
At this point, it hasn't been met yet, but some
Okay.
people still donate for it throughout the run.
I'm gonna tell you, if people make it by the 30-minute mark, we will still include it. But after that, I'm sorry, I have to cut that off. But you still get a chance. And maybe as another incentive, if you guys match that incentive, and I will not be able to finish it. If that happens, I will match the entire board. So yeah, the power is all at yours. But I think we're ready to start on my end. What about you?
Yeah, all good to go here.
Okay. So I have a lot to talk about. We're gonna see what the bingo is. You also have the tracker, so as you'll see everything important that's going to happen. And I'd say we start in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so the first thing that has been randomized is the starting position. I'm not starting in South Cape, where the game would usually start. I'm starting just anywhere in the game. And usually this game is pretty linear, so I just can't move between locations. If I'm finished in the location, I'm just moving forward. But for the randomizer, certain story items that usually don't have the biggest part in the story have been transformed into travel items, and they will unlock passages to different continents. The game has been divided in 5 continents. We're currently on continent number 2, and by finding travel options, I will unlock more and more locations that I can visit. Right now we're in a city. It's a safe start, which means we're not in a dangerous area where monsters are. So we have all the time to pick up the hidden items that are scattered in the city. I've already found a red jewel, I've already found an herb. The herb counter will be pretty accurate, but the red jewel counter only counts the red jewels I handed in. So if there's some discrepancy, that's probably because of it. And in the city, we will have some NPCs that give us items, and we have some hidden items in jars, in trash cans. Oh, we got a super good item there, which is Lance's letter. Is there a bingo goal about Lance's letter? I don't think there is, so we're safe to say to read it. Lance's letter will tell us the location of Princess Gara, which is a bingo goal, and she's in Angel Village. Perfect. I'm gonna toss this one out because inventory space is limited. I have 18 spots. Oh, there was a bingo goal about having my inventory full, right? Have a full inventory, yeah. Okay, that was probably not wise then, but we'll still go about it. So, this is my first continent, and we're gonna get a super easy bingo goal right away. I can't tell which rows or columns I'm going for, because I will just have to make it up on the fly. That's the thing about a randomizer, but the first thing, get a hint. There's 11 hint givers in the game, and this is one of them, and he already told me about a Rama statue, which I'm gonna save up for later. Maybe I'll come to it. Okay, time to hit into our first dungeon. There are 2 dungeons on this continent. Dungeons are divided in major dungeons and minor dungeons. Major dungeons have a boss at the end. Minor dungeons don't, but Princess Gara can be hidden in any of the minor dungeons. Luckily, we found the item that tells us her exact location pretty early, so there's not much guessing for me in this seed. But in some seeds, you have to travel through all 5 minor locations to find her. But yeah, we got kind of lucky there. And yeah, the randomizer is pretty much using all the speedrun strats like Illustrate. I've just found a super important item, which is Lola's letter. This is one of the travel items I talked about. This one will give me a passage to continents 1 and 3. So I'm already on 3 continents that are available to me, which is super nice. I'm gonna keep it in my inventory for a little bit because I want to see if I can fill up my inventory. I have 16 spots. And inventory management is a thing in this randomizer. If my inventory is full, I can't pick up new stuff. So let's see how much I can cluck it up and get that bingo goal done. I'm also gonna die a lot. That's intentional most of the time, because there is no item or easy way to just get out of a dungeon. So I'm gonna just die and death warp, and then I'm right back at the end of at the start of a dungeon. So yeah, that's pretty. Actually, that's probably not the best place to go right now. Let's go in this room first. So there are yeah, certain moments when I will die and I will be screaming, "No! How did I die here?" Then you know it's an unintentional death. If I just don't comment it, then it's probably just a death warp. I'm trying to ignore most of the enemies as I play this, because killing enemies is slow and doesn't give me any benefits really. But certain enemies I have to kill, because they will create these little orbs, like that blue cyber you just saw. It created a little explosion on screen, and that opened a new passage for me. These are the enemies I definitely have to kill if I need that passage. And yeah, we're just doing the normal speedrun stuff, like jumping over these ramps to get to the item a bit faster. This room would otherwise take me about 3 minutes, now it's more like 30 minutes. And while I'm checking these items, I'm also trying to reach these dark spaces. These dark spaces are places where I can heal, where I can save, and I can transform. But they can also hold abilities. I don't have any weapons or like the hookshot or anything in this game. I get abilities instead. You see them in my tracker. It's in the second to last section. There are 3 abilities for Will, which is the player you see on screen right now. I'm gonna need 2 of those to finish everything in this seat. And then there's 3 abilities for Friedan. We've seen the statue of Friedan right now, but yeah, we won't be using Friedan as much. I need to find at least one of these abilities, and there's also a bingo goal that's called Learn Over Barrier. That's a Friedan ability that I usually don't pick up. Oh, that was not good. That was an unintentional death, so we got that one out of the way right away. Pretty good. Usually I have 1 in these games, and this was basically the best moment where it could have happened. Wow, you're rude. Okay, so if anything goes, I'm just gonna pick up one of these Friedan abilities, but I don't know which one it is. I just see, oh, there's an ability, but I have to pick it up to see which one it is. So I might be finding all 6 of them. I might only find the 3 that are necessary and move on with it. Okay. This dungeon has a lot of items, but a lot of them are locked behind abilities, so I'm really more keen on these dark spaces right now. There's 4 of them in this place, which is really high spec, and there's a first Friedan ability. Perfect. So, if this is Dark Freya, I can full clear this place. And if it's another ability, I have to... Oh my god, it's Dark Freya. Cool. You just saw me shoot a little fireball ahead. This is my only option of killing anything in a distance. I don't have any other projectile weapons, only Dark Freya. So, whenever you see me transform into Friedan from now, you can assume that there is something in the distance I want to scorch, and I'm gonna use Dark Freya for that. I'm using it in this room, actually, which means I'm gonna charge it up right now, and I can hold my charge as long as I hold my attack button pressed. And now I'm gonna fire at this statue. This activates the sword. I hit the sword 3 times and the statue becomes inactive, and now I can move it around because our player character knows telekinesis. So he can move, yeah, lifeless statues and stuff, but with the sword he can't. So you saw there was another statue down there, which would usually be the same thing. Just move it with my destroy the sword, move it with my telekinesis. I'm trying another speedrun strat here. There is a thing we do that's called item buffering. With that item buffering, I can move pixel perfect, and I'm trying to move. Yes, I did it. Nice. There is 1 pixel where you can just walk by the statue, and it's exactly 1 pixel, but with item buffering I can move myself into that pixel and just get this statue a little bit earlier, which saves time, which is good, because we still want to go fast, after all. So, now I'm going back into this room. I noped out of it earlier because I was thinking, yeah, I need Dark Freya for this one, but now I have Dark Freya. So, now I can finish it. And that means the first dungeon we had to, I already full cleared, which is pretty nice. In the randomizer, there's a thing we call double dipping. When you go into a dungeon, but you can't full clear it yet, and you have to come back later, you usually try to avoid that, and lucky for me, I won't have to double dip in this dungeon, which is pretty awesome, to be honest. Right, so we're gonna transform into Friedan again, because there is another enemy in the distance that I have to kill. Right now you see the enemies deal pretty significant damage to me. They take about a quarter of my current HP. In the original game, you would get status upgrades whenever you clear a room entirely of its enemies, but since there's up to 40 enemies in one room, I will not be doing that. Instead, I will be getting my status upgrades from bosses. Whenever I kill a boss, I will get a set of 3 status upgrades. One of them will always raise my max HP, but the other 2 can raise either my HP further, or they can give me attack or defense. I want to see defense, because that decreases the damage I take by 1, which is pretty good for me. And now I have to sneak past this fire snake. Perfect. Getting another item. I'm finding a lot of red jewels right now. These red jewels are my pseudo currency, I'd like to call them, because they're not really that important, but there is one NPC in the game which is called the Jeweler, and he will give me 6 items and a secret passage for random prizes, and the items that I get are also randomized, of course. So I have to check in on him, but right now I'm just trying to get my inventory full, so we're not checking on him. We're moving to our next dungeon, which is a miner dungeon, which is the diamond mine. And do I have a goal about the diamond mine? Let me read the bingo goal first. Free all slaves. No. 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 Okay, I don't have any goals in here, which is kind of sad, because this is a nice place to do some easy goals. Oh well. Gonna make me work for it, game, but I accept this challenge. Right, so we're moving along as Will a lot, because Will has this nifty little skill that's called a jump attack. Whenever I do a jump attack, I deal more damage to enemies, but that's not the most important part. The most important part is during the animation of the jump attack, I'm immune to damage. So I'm using that to get out of tricky situations, like if an enemy is shooting a projectile at me, if I jump attack at the last second, I can just avoid that shot hitting me. Or if I have to move through the hitbox of an enemy, I will usually try to do that with hit attacks. Or if I want to kill an enemy, I will try to stand in their hitbox and then use my jump attacks to basically stay immune while I kill him. Doesn't always work, but it works a lot of times. So, whoops, that was not as planned, but it's fine. We're in the dark space, we can heal now. There's no will ability. Okay, we're gonna transform here, because here's another place where I can use Dark Freya. Sadly, I have to leave one item behind already, because there is a fake wall over here, and I need a will ability to break it, because Friedan can't. So I might have to come back to this place later, but let's see what's the back of the mine in store for us. There are 2 more dark spaces over there, which one of them is also lost behind a fake wall. So I hope I find a will ability in the next dark space that I see. But first we killed this enemy from a distance, and now we can free this guy, and he gives us another item, which is another ritual, which is fine. I'm not annoyed at seeing these red jewels. There's a bingo goal about finding 10 red jewels. We will easily get that. That's not a big deal. There are 50 red jewels in the game, and there's only 130 items, so the majority of items you find are gonna be red jewels. So that's pretty... Oops. Don't die, please. Gonna kill this guy just to be safe. Ah. He petrified at the worst time. Okay. Whoops. Get me out of here. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Let's hope there's an ability in this dark space. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Dang it. Okay. No problem. Whenever I'm in the dark space, I can also just save and quit, which will which will get me back to my starting position, which was the city of Riga. So I'm never stuck in a dead end as long as there's a... yeah, we have to use this now. As long as there is a dark space, I can always move on. And now we just used our first letter. Do we have the goal about reading 3 things? I don't think we do, right? No, we don't. Okay, so now this dog will teleport me between the other 2 continents, and we're going straight for continent 1. Continent 1 is the usual starting space, and oh my god, it's the aura. Yes, please. The aura is very important. We saw Will and Friedan, but there's also a 3rd combat form, which is called Shadow, and I need the aura to unlock Shadow. So from now on, I have all my forms available to me. I have 3 of 5 continents. I just need a couple more abilities. So we're talking to our grandma here. She gives us another item, another red jewel. Yay, I like red jewels. So, but we're not just collecting items in this game. We also have a goal. We want to reach the comet and fate Dark Gaia. And our teacher is telling us that 3 statues are required. This is called a player's choice. It means I need to defeat 3 bosses. Oh, an ability. Yes, please. I need to defeat 3 bosses. But I can choose which bosses I want to defeat. And I also have certain conditions I need to meet before I can reach a certain boss. But I also have bingo goals about bosses, like defeat Viper in the 4th row is a boss. And there's also one about Sandfanger, which is another boss. And about the vampires. So that would be 3 bosses. Oh, defeat Solid Arm is also a boss. Yeah, we'll see which one we do. Okay, sadly we found the most useless of the abilities, which is the Psycho Dash. Psycho Dash is just very basic. I charge it up and then I do a dash forward and that deals damage. I can use it to destroy walls, but I can't do very much else with it. So I would have loved to find one of the other abilities first, but it's fine. Wow, this is not fine though. They are all spreading so much apart. Oh no. Okay. We have to do that again. No problem. I have 20 seconds to kill these enemies. Sadly, they spread apart very far. We're just gonna give it another go. No problem. Aw, I did not get a double hit. Wow, you don't like me today. Where's the last one? All the way down here. No! Oh my god. Okay, one more try. If it's not working, I'm just going to do something else. The idea is you want to get a double hit, but if they don't... Yeah, this was good. This was much better. If they don't move accordingly, then you just don't get that double hit. Wow! This is getting annoying, not gonna lie. There we go. Last second, but we did it. They didn't like me at all today. And all for a red jewel. Yay! Okay, so in this first continent there's sadly not too much I can do. But I can still visit the castle. In the castle we have 2 sections. We have the upper part with another hint giver, which I'm gonna check, and with some hidden items. And then there's the dungeon. Because the king is evil and he tosses me into prison whenever he sees me. So I can get locked into prison, but there's a prison escape that I can play, but I need keys for that. I need a prison key to open the door, and I need my friend Lily to help me. But I found a super good item right now, which is the magic dust. And a hieroglyph tile. Oh, that's not too bad. So the magic dust is the item that I need to save Princess Kara, which is also a bingo goal. That's column 1, row 5. But even though I can't do any, I don't have any keys to open the prison door, there's still 2 things I can do. There's Hamlet, our little pig friend, who will bring us an item. Hi Hamlet. Bye Hamlet. And there's also a dark space, and this dark space can have an ability. And maybe yes, I'm lucky. Oh my god. Thank you. I know this is gonna be a useful one because I already found the useless one, so this is definitely good. And it's Slider. That's perfect. Oh, that's really good. Now we can save Princess Kara right away. And get a couple of items done. And probably get our goal. Yes, perfect. Okay, We don't have the key, so all we can do is save and quit again. And now we're moving to the last continent that's still open for me, which is Watamia, which has a couple of nasty dungeons attached to it, sadly, but also one really good one, and this is where we're going right now. So we're moving back to our little dog friend, and he will also give us the chance to travel to Watamia. And in Watamia we have 4 hidden items and another dark space. We're still looking for 1 will ability. Freya is improved. Okay, there was a goal about Freya being improved twice. Is that correct? Yes, Spirit has journal. Ooh, that's not good. That's potentially bad. We'll see. Memory Melody is very good though. And now we might have a full inventory. Yes, so the next item we pick up will trigger the your inventory is full. And then I can turn in all these red jewels that I've picked up along the way. Sadly, that means I'm gonna miss the Lotus float back probably. Okay, we didn't miss the Lotus tile back. Perfect. So now my tracker updated because I just turned in more red jewels. The tracker does that sometimes when you have too many red jewels. So you can see that I've found a nice couple of items. I'm also gonna get some more because there is another item in this jar, another red jewel, and now we're going to check the jeweler for the first time. Oh, he has items for me already. And let's see what he has for us. A crystal ball, a dash upgrade. Okay, that's not too important, but my secrets on 43. I'm going to focus on that. This is the hidden passage that I talked about. The hidden passage is always the last item you get, and the price is randomized, but it always takes me to the hidden bonus dungeon where I can find solid arm. And what's our time and what's our situation on the incentive, if I may ask?
Yeah, I can definitely tell you. Right now we're just over 20 minutes in, and so far this incentive still has not been yet. We're still $98 away.
Okay. I mean, it's up to you guys. I love playing this game, so I don't mind a bit more, but we can also keep this nice and sweet. Yeah. Right now we have stuff to do with our new slider ability. I'm now able to slide through narrow passages, and as it happens, this dungeon in here in the Angel Village has these narrow passages, and it also has another bingo goal for us, which is Princess Kara. So we are going to go there and see if we can free her or not. Also on the way we're going to keep checking these dark spaces. The thing is, will abilities can be in either towns or in dungeons, but freedom abilities can only be in dungeons. So if I find my last will ability, I will skip checking dark spaces in cities, but I still will be going into dark spaces in dungeons, because there is that bingo goal about learn aura barrier, and that's just easy to get. But right now we're in continent 3 now, so these enemies hurt a lot more, and yeah, as you can see, 1 hit and I'm nearly half dead, so I need to be a bit more careful. But luckily I have Slider now, and Slider gives me not invincibility frames, but full seconds of invincibility, because for the entire animation I will be immune to damage, and I also deal a lot of damage back, so that's a pretty good way to get through this dungeon, yeah, in a decent amount of time. Open this hidden door, kill this guy, slider through this guy, and try to kill these guys. Killed one guy and the other one too. And there's my hidden item. That was one of these narrow passages I had to slide through. And this is a room, oh, this is a room that has only 2 enemies and a force upgrade. So here is one of these rooms where I'm naturally walking past these enemies anyway. So it's easy for me to pick up that status upgrade. This is the really big exception, and I found an HP upgrade, which also served as a full heal, which was pretty convenient, since I already took a hit. Okay. And as you can see, Slider trivializes this dungeon quite a lot. We're just gonna stay in the lower lane. I'm gonna take 2 hits here, intentional, to prepare the next Death Warp. And now we're in the back, and now we're at Ishtar's riddle rooms. Ishtar has prepared 4 sets of rooms, and each room has a slight difference to each other, and I have to check the differences to get an additional item. Oh, Moo Palace Key. We have a goal about the Moo Palace Key, right? We do. Nice. So what we have to do is to find the differences. Oh, Killer 6 is ritual. Okay. We have to find the difference as fast as possible, and these differences are randomized though. So we have to see if we can check it right away. Like in this shelf there was books and now there were 2 bottles, so that was a difference. Let's see if we can find it super fast in here. This jar has a different color. And now we get 2 item chests. Let's see what's inside. An Inca statue. Ooh, that's not too bad. And this room looks the same, so the content has changed to ritual. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with finding rituals, but just need to find other stuff as well. Like a new travel item would be fine. And this chart definitely wasn't there before. Right, so that was pretty good. Let's see if what Ishtar is giving us now that we solved his riddles. A mine key. Okay. Yeah, let's just take that for now. I can't do anything with it, but I can now free Princess Kara from her painting. Gonna take the magic dust and point it over her, and now you see in my tracker that objectives Princess Kara has been met. She's now freed, which means 2 of my go mode conditions have already been met. I have found the aura to unlock Shadow as a new combat form, and I freed Princess Kara. Now the only thing to fight the final boss would be to get these 3 mystic statues, but obviously we're not doing that. We're just gonna get these bingo goals checked off, also have red jewels. Like I said, it's not really clear which of these goals I'm gonna rows or columns I'm gonna get, because it depends on what the seed gives me, but I really need to keep checking them and then see which direction we'll be going. How is Princess Kara now freed? I sprinkled magic dust on her, and now she lives in my pocket, so she's free. Hoppy. Okay.
That doesn't sound super free.
Yeah, that counts as free in this game.
Fair enough.
Okay. We are going to... Didn't we have used the key to enter the door? Huh. Oh yeah, use the Mew Palace key. There it is. We just opened this door with the Mew Palace key, which was the key in the bubble in our inventory. And yeah, let's check this right away. We can't do too much here because we need some more help. Oh, but we found our last will ability, which is Spin Dash, which is excellent. Oh, that's really good. That's a load off my mind. Do we have a goal about finding Spin Dash? We do not. We have a goal about talking Buffy, and that's the coffins. I can't really do this. This would be the location to do those goals, but I can't really do that yet. So we're just gonna pick up the 3 freebie items we have, and then we're probably gonna leave the place again. I have the bingo goals about getting all the statues in Moo. Learn Spin Dash is row 4, column 3. Oh yeah, there it is. Thank you, chat. Bear with me if sometimes I'm just lost in explaining or focusing on the game. I don't see it all the way. So if you see something that's that I missed, feel free to point that out anytime. Very much appreciated. And we found a strength upgrade, which is not as helpful as it might sound, sadly. You read that as a race. What? You can, of course, race this, but sadly I did not find another player who wanted to join me this year, so we usually do like bingo races, like who gets the triple bingo fastest. It's a lockout race is really bad for this game, because a lockout race means if there's like a goal for find a travel item and the other one can't get it, he will get it anyway. So row 5, column 2. Find the differences in ancient village. Yes, Hoppy, you are absolutely correct. You're seeing all the things that I don't see. Right now we're in the continent Mu, which is my least favorite dungeon. This dungeon is underwater, and we need to lower the water level 2 times. Oh, damn it. That flasher was not kind. Okay. Made it through. We need to find 2 hope statues and put them into the rooms of hope to lower the water level and unlock more of the dungeon. Right now I only have 1 hope statue, so I can only lower the water level once. But that gives me access to a couple items, so I'm gonna do the front level first. Then we're going to go back and try to do the item that I unlocked. So we're gonna do this here, and this is also place 4 statues in Mu. 2 are hope statues, 2 are Rama statues. Rama statues are boss keys in big quotes. So I need to find 1 more hope statue, 1 more Rama statue to finish this dungeon and to get this bingo goal. And the boss in here are the vampires, and I have a bingo goal that says defeat the vampires as well, which is really hard, but we'll see if I'll do that, and I'll explain everything about it yeah, if I get there, or when I get there. Okay, this was the last item on this floor, so now we're gonna do what every good speedrunner does when he doesn't know what to do. Commit suicide? No, I'm kidding. Suicide is not a fun thing, but in this game, death warping is just so powerful that we will be doing it all the time. So we will just use our spin dash now to get through these enemies a bit faster. Spin dash also gives me this invincibility state, which I'm gonna heavily abuse, but we're not there right now. We're just gonna go to the last item, which is called the bald spot item, for a little anecdote that I might have time to tell you later. But right now, let's see if I can get the... Ooh, that was slow. Yeah. Oh, I made it. Woo! I was scared for a moment I wouldn't get there. We can also reach another dark space in here, which I'm probably gonna check, because I'm still looking for that aura barrier for that row 1 bingo goal. And this dark space can have an ability. I would prefer if it didn't, but if it has, it has, and I have to deal with that. Let's see. No, that's just a transformation. So that bald spot item played a really big part in our last community tournament. Our heavy favorite was skipping this item, and it had very big progress, and yeah, he just went everywhere but there, and it basically made him come in last in the finals. And yeah, since he's known for his for being a little bald, we named the item after him, and it's now officially the bald spot. Nobody can convince me otherwise. That's what the item is called now. Don't trust the tracker that calls it otherwise. Okay, but this item is a long way, so I have to run really fast to, far to get to it. And it's a hieroglyph tile. Okay, that's not too bad. That's another boss item that I would need for the pyramid. I cannot reach... Oh no, I can reach the pyramid. I have the memory melody. What am I talking about? Okay, so I'm pretty much done here. Or we could kill our first boss. Let's go for that boss kill. We're going into another major dungeon, which is the Great Wall, which is one of my favorite dungeons. And in here we can get 2 bingo goals done, actually. We can do the enter all the dark spaces in the Great Wall. Right, we have that. Yes, enter all the dark spaces in the... Wait. I need to go up here. And we can do the let's 2x cycles go past for Sandfanger, which is also a bingo goal. This was not an unintentional death, this was another death warp, because these rooms are pretty long-winded, and the idea is you jump down and then you have to work your way up at the other side. But with Spin Dash I can just jump across this ramp in the middle of the room and just shortcut my way out of it. Sadly, it doesn't work for the second room, where Will shows that he has legs of rubber. Just bend your knees and you will buffer that jump just fine. If you have appropriate plot armor, that is. So we're going to have to work through this room the intended way. And we're going to pick up a couple more items. This dungeon is actually famous for having hidden items. So we already picked up one necklace stone that was lying on the floor, and we're going to find another one in this room. But first I have to get rid of some snakes. Do we have the bingo goal hit some snakes? No, we just have played a snake game, right? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So no bingo goal for me. But we also have to find 3 dark spaces. And these dark spaces are kind of nasty, because one of them is really far down, and I have to move a pretty long way to get there. The middle one I naturally pass by, that's not a big deal. But, oh, my inventory is full again. How did that happen? But the last one is actually pretty hidden. You need to defeat a lot of enemies to get there. And yeah, that can waste some time, but we'll see what we can do. We just cancelled the ramp animation with our slider. And now we're going to move to the first... that slalom was pixel perfect, by the way. I'm pretty psyched that that worked first try. Oh, that worked super well. We made it to the Archer Dark Space, which is the first one, and there's a freedom ability. Oh, this could be Aura Barrier. If it is, we have 2 bingo goals for the price of 1. It is Aura Barrier. You can see it in the tracker a little bit earlier. Nice. So let's learn Aura Barrier then. Wow. This is going really great. I have an idea what bingo goals I want to go for now, but I still have... still got a long way to go, and most of these bingo goals in the end are like locked behind a single item. Let's see if I can do the slalom again. Nice. Very good. We're gonna stay free then for a little while, because we have to defeat... we can actually do a little side tour. We need to visit all 3 dark spaces in the Great Wall. So let's just get this middle one out of the way. This one can never have an ability, because you always need 1 dark space in each dungeon to transform, and this is the one that will always have a transformation for you. So I can't really do that, but I can visit it, and then it's just 1 dark space left, which is at the end. This dark space is called the Walden Dark Space, after my good buddy Walden, who does a lot of races in this game with me, and who usually decides to skip that dungeon, that dark space. And usually when he skips it, it's important, and if he doesn't, if he checks it, it's usually empty. So yeah, whatever you do, Walden Dark Space will always betray you. So we're gonna move through these statues. We're gonna use the wanky hitboxes of these statues to move them through our own hitbox. Hello. Thank you. And we are on our way to the second to last room. And we will also be able to face the boss in here. Usually bosses require items to get to them, but this boss is special. You only need abilities to get to them. We needed Dark Freya to kill that archer to open the passage. And we need Spin Dash to jump over a ramp. So this is a boss that can only be beaten as Will, because only Will can jump over the ramp with Spin Dash. So we are in for a long boss fight. Boss damage in this game is hard-coded. Bosses always have 40 HP, and it doesn't matter how much strength upgrades you have. It depends on what form you're facing the boss. Will only do 1 damage with each hit on the boss. So yeah, if you fight a boss as Will, you need to hit him 40 times. Freedan does twice as much damage. He does 2 damage in a hit, and Shadow does 3. So if I can choose. I will always try to be Shadow when I kill bosses, because 14 hits is way faster than 4T. But I don't always have a choice. So we just entered the last dark space, which is pretty good. We didn't get an ability here, but that's fine. I'm fine with just a transformation right now, because like I said... Come on, move please. Like I said, we need Spin Dash to get over this boss, and this boss is the Sandfanger. And we also call him Trollfanger because he likes to troll us a lot. He has 3 attack patterns. He has a left-right, a up-down, and an egg phase. And usually I want to see all the egg phases, because I want to deal a lot of damage on him on the egg phases, because in the other phases I can only get 2 hits in. And in the egg phases I can get up to 8 hits in. That's the first egg phase. We have to let it pass, which is pretty sad. But oh well, it's the bingo goal. So I'm gonna have a super long boss fight. It's not that hard. Oh, that's another egg phase. Oh, that was not good. Okay, from now on I can hit him on egg phases again, and I'm gonna pop an herb here. And as you can see, the boss has a lot of HP. So getting only 2 hits in, and if I miss hits, only 1 each phase, really takes a long time. So I'm really hoping I'm gonna see more egg phases soon. That's 1. And like as you can see, I can get like up to 8 hits in. Sometimes less, because I have to move to get in position. Oh, Sandfanger likes us today. Very good. That's 4 eggs already. That's pretty good. In a speedrun you're happy if you have 2 eggs, but in the randomizer it works a bit differently. Also in the bingo goal. Okay, 6 more hits. Sadly the runner pushed me out of the good position. Wow. Okay. Dum 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 dum. We didn't reach the goal, I suppose.
We did not. I just closed the incentive. We unfortunately didn't reach the goal of making this a blackout bingo.
No problem. We're gonna do a triple bingo, and we'll see if we can maybe finish the seed then in the time we have. We'll see. We'll just see how the seed goes. So we defeated our first boss. Now my HP went up super high, and I let go 2 egg cycles without hitting Sandfanger once, which is another bingo goal. Also, we got our first Mystic Statue, which is Mystic Statue number 4. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And I also got, as you can see in my stat abilities chart, I also got a defense upgrade, which is super great. I always love seeing defense upgrades early. And yeah, we're pretty much exhausted continents 1, 2, and 3. Time to move on. We have another travel option available to us. And we need to go back to continent 2 for that. There's one location we haven't met yet. We haven't visited of Cousin Neil. Cousin Neil is an inventor, and he has a plane. Sadly, he forgot where to park his plane. So we're going to play the memory melody for him. And then he will remember where his plane is, and then he will fly us. And he will fly us to continents 2, 5, and 4. Which are 2 of the continents that I still need. And I will also be able to get to the Babel Tower with the help of his plane. So yeah, we pretty much got open world right now. So now it's just about finding our last conditions. We are going to get another hint from this lady in the back. Mount Crest enters Purity Stone. Oh, that's bad. That's potentially terrible. Okay, gonna explain why later, but first... Here is the snake game, and we need 40 seconds. This is a random time between 10 seconds and 60 seconds. So 40 seconds is on the upper end, which is really unfortunate because I have to complete the snake game twice for row 1, column 5. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a time waster. Oh, I didn't have a full inventory while getting an item. I did never check that, right? I actually got that twice. So once this snake game... Yeah, these are enough. So I'm gonna check this real quick. Okay, and I got the prison key. Nice. Now we can go back to the prison and clear the dungeon. But first I have to complete the snake game twice. So, yay! More snakes. More snakes. Dum, 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 dum. Gives me time to look about more of these bingo goals. I think it's a given that I want to go for column 3. But I'm still not too set if I want row 5 or if I want row 1. Both of those are pretty easy. We'll just see what the seed gives us. Yeah, that's enough. I just need 33. Okay, and that was complete the snake game twice. Yay! You have more items for me? What do you have? Just 43. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the pyramid then. The pyramid is the last dungeon in the game, going by the story, which means these enemies hurt a lot, and they also it's also very difficult because the rooms are packed with enemies, and I don't only have these narrow passages to walk on. They're usually just 2 tiles wide. But there are 12 items in this place, and it's just too good to pass up on right now. I'm gonna pass up on one item, though, which is the Killer 6 item. Killer 6 is super hard to get. It takes a very long time, and a hint told me that it's just a red jewel, so I will not be going for that red jewel. There are 50 in the game, and I only need 43 to unlock the secret passage, so there are 7 red jewels that I can just ignore. And since, yeah, Killer 6 is a really hard check, I really don't want to go there, so I don't waste any time, and I don't like have to use a lot of healing items or have to try multiple times to get there. Okay, yeah, instead let's just go into room 5 next. The form you see right now is Shadow. Shadow deals the most damage to bosses and to enemies, but he also has a special ability. If I use the aura while I'm Shadow, I can turn into a puddle and sink through the floor wherever are these tiles on the floor, these blocks, and I can use that to reach hidden rooms in the pyramid. And I can use it in room 5 to first reach this hidden room here, but later I can use it to shortcut the rest of the room. Oh, the diamond block. Diamond block is a pretty good item. That means I can now do... yeah, that means I can now do the Inca ruins, which is pretty good. Unlock all 3 letters in the Inca ruins is now open for me, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be column 5. But I said something about Mount Cress having an important item at the end not being good. Mount Cress is a dungeon where I need a lot of items to make any progress. I need mushroom drops, and I need 3 of them to reach the end. And yeah, sometimes you find mushroom drops early, sometimes you find them super late, and let's just hope I find mine decently early, so I can just move through here. And I sadly got hit here again, but that's not a big deal. I still have a lot of healing items left, so I think I can do this. Did I hit the pixel to go right into the door? No, I'm slightly off. No problem. Yeah, Shadow is super useful, and it's super useful to have him early. Sadly, these drops are pretty dangerous when there's enemies below them. Right now, this enemy did not hit me because of a little glitch I used. Maybe I'll get to talk about this glitch later in a boss fight, but for now, there's just one more pack of enemies I have to get through, which are these. Perfect. And it's the large roast. Yeah, that's another travel item, but this one is pretty redundant. I already found the passage between continent 4 and 5, so there's always more than one way to travel continents, so I've just unlocked a way for a passage I already have. That was it for Shadow in this pyramid, so the rest of the rooms we will do as well. This has certain advantages for us. As will, I can use spin dash, give myself a burst of speed, and be invincible for a really long time. So it makes the rooms pretty easy. And also, I can just death warp, because whenever I death warp, I lose my my transformation. So if I had to stay Shadow for a long time, I could not do death warp, or I'd have to retransform into Shadow again after each death warp, which takes a lot of time, so it's just more convenient to do everything as will and be able to death warp as much as I like. Okay. We're now heading into the most difficult room of the pyramid, which is this very, very long-winded will room. We're gonna use spin dash a lot, but even with spin dash, it's super hard. I'm gonna try a little trick here, which is called the freed lineup. Sadly, it did not work, but I made it work halfway, which was fine enough to get through these 6 laser orbs. These laser orbs are obnoxious. I don't like them at all. There's only one enemy that I like less. And I have a bingo goal that says kill 5 of them, which are of course the uncovered flies. And we will go to uncovered, so you'll find out why I hate them so much. Oops. Still made it. Should be enough. Yes. Okay. Pretty tight timing with these spikes coming from the ceiling. Oh, and I found my first set of mushroom drops. Yay! Now I just need 3 more. Yay. Okay, let's just see if I can make this section work. No, I didn't. Oh my god. I was too slow, sadly, to meet the early cycle. I had to tank a little bit of damage, but now I should be... Ooh, unless these guys hit me. No, I'm safe. So Spin Dash trivializes a lot of this, but... Oh my god, my inventory is crammed. Okay. I need to do a little detour. I need 6 hieroglyphs to open up the passage to the boss. I also need the right order of the hieroglyph. I only have 3 right now, but I can just put them in these pedestals to, yeah, get them out of the inventory and free some space up, because, like I said, I still have a lot of rooms left that I have to take care of, and yeah, I need more space. At 16 items, it's just game over and I can't pick up anything else, so I need to be mindful of what I have. Some items I can just use out of my inventory, but other items like keys and stuff I have to take to the right location to, yeah, to hand them in. Like these hieroglyphs, I can only place them here. I cannot toss these items out of my inventory if I don't need them, so yeah, I need to sometimes take little detours for my inventory space. Right, but now I want to be Will again for the last 3 rooms. So we're gonna death warp and then we're back at Will. I need to unequip the aura so I can item buffer. Ooh, and like 3 hits of these laser orbs and I'm basically dead, so that's why I'm using Spin Dash so much, to just avoid these guys. Even with my defense... Oh, another set of mushroom drops. Wow. The game wants me to go to Cress, I suppose. Wow, that's super lucky. Wow, this is going super well. Yeah, let's stick in the pyramid for now. There are 3 more chests that I can get. I'm gonna use a little... It's not a glitch, but it's a developer-intended secret that was really not known about for a long time. If you jump down this pedestal, you just open up a secret passage, and earlier speedrunners, they just didn't know about it. They used to do this room with Shadow, which is bad because you have to maintain your transformation and you can't death warp. But now that it's a will room, it's super easy. Okay, we're going to spin through these guys, and now we're going to damage boost through these guys. Open another of these secret passages, and we got an item. And it's... Wow, all 3 sets of mushroom drops in the pyramid. Okay. Okay, game, I see what you're trying to get to me. Okay, that was super lucky. Wow. I'm kind of floored. I have one more easy room, but this room is just used spin dash a lot of times. So if you got anything to say about the good cause or about further bit wars, now would be a super time.
All right, wonderful. I do have lots of things to say, but I'll keep it not too long. There's actually what I want to talk about is that there are still some prizes that you'll be eligible for if you donate throughout this marathon. And one prize that I'm very cool is gonna be a Super Mario RPG EU digital code. If you donate at least $30 throughout the event, you'll be eligible to win that. And I've been playing it so far, and it's an amazing game, so I can definitely recommend trying to go for that prize if you haven't played it yet, because it's really good. You can take my word for that. Like I said, $30 throughout the marathon, and you'll be eligible to win that. So, and otherwise, there's even more prizes. I'm not sure how long you want me to talk for. I can. Do I still have more time to say some things?
Yeah. You go ahead. I can talk for hours on end. So if you want to say something, just be rude and take your time from me.
All right. Well, I mean, if you give me a moment to talk about
Yeah,
some things,
do
I
it.
can keep talking for
Do
a
it.
while
Do
as
it.
well.
We're just running around the town now, picking up hidden items. You have time.
All right, wonderful. Because besides the Super Mario RPG prize, there's a bunch of other prizes as well. A bunch of game packs provided by Team 17. We've got a few different packs lying around: a co-op pack, a family-friendly pack, a horror pack, platformer pack, a story-rich pack. All game packs that you can win provided to us by Team 17. Again, thanks so much to Team 17 for sponsoring our Bingothon Winter 23 event. $25 for any of those. If you donate at least that much, then you'll be eligible to win any of those. So, yeah, winning games and providing money to charity, it's win-win.
It's the best thing you can do, right? And also, it's everything is going to the really great cause. So not a cent of this is ever going to be wasted. So it's yeah, the best of both worlds. Winning and helping others win.
That's win-win-win.
Win-win-win, yeah, definitely. Okay, I've now entered the Mount Crest, the mushroom dungeon, and I'm going to use my mushroom drops here, but I'm also going to try to get all 3 dark spaces in this dungeon. This is the first one, which is pretty trivial. It's just along the way, but we have to work hard to get to the other 2. This dungeon basically has like a main room and then these side rooms which have hidden items or dark spaces. And technically I could just run to the end because I have all the mushroom drops. I can open all the passages in the main room, but this is still a randomizer. There might be good stuff in these side rooms, so of course we're gonna check it. And this dungeon, everybody hates it because the enemies are pretty nasty and it's like a maze. If you don't know where you're going, you can get lost easily, and you also only have these very narrow ways that are just 1 tile wide, where you have to work through. Enemies are flying around or shooting fireballs at you or spitting acid at you and stuff like that. So it's really not a nice place to be, but I'm pretty confident I can do it. So we're going to do it right away. We're going to go to one more side room, which is a dark space for us. We're going to heavily abuse spin dash here again because it's a narrow passage and I can make myself invincible and get a burst of speed. So yeah, I would be mad to not use that. So we're just going to spin through these spiders. Don't spin through these spiders. I'm going to spin here to get another burst of speed. And reach this last chest in this section. We already passed the dark space, but we need to enter it, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay. I'm kind of in a... I kind of have... I have a lot of stuff to do, but my inventory is clogged up, so I have to return and turn in some stuff soon. So this is the reason why I went into this dungeon. I just can get rid of 3 mushroom drops, so 3 items out of my inventory. These mushroom drops are used to repair these passages. Like you can see here, the passage is blocked, but if I use a mushroom drop, the ranks grow together again, and we can just we can just walk along the new path. Sadly though, there are two more nasty side rooms waiting for me, and this is my least favorite room in the entire game probably, because there are these fairies, these red guys that create fireballs, and they follow you. They can fly, they follow you through all of the screen, and not only are they super dangerous because of the fire, they create a lot of lag. Like you saw here, the game really slowed down a ton because all of the sprites they create when they create those fireballs. So if you have 3 or more on screen, your game is just slowing through a crawl, and it's not fun. We want to go fast, not slow. Oops. Oh, I could have turned that in. Oops. Do I have a bingo goal about feeding a child? No, I don't have it, right? No, I don't think so. I would have seen that. So, we need to go to a little side section of this room, because we've seen 2 dark spaces, and now we're gonna go into the third one, which is here. And that's enter 3 dark spaces and mount crests. And that's just a transformation here, which is fine, But we're not done here yet. We can get 1 item in this room, and then we can get to the last room. This is also a dungeon where Princess Kara could be hiding, but we already freed her, so there's no risk for us into running into her here. Just need to get past a couple more spiders. Okay, this one worked out. Lag please, lag thanks. And now another herb. Okay, I'm fine with that. Herbs are stackable in this randomizer, so I have 9 herbs, but I only have 1 spot in my inventory occupied by them. This is a change to the original game. In the original game, each herb would be in its own stack, its own spot in the inventory, but luckily for the randomizer it has been adjusted to be a bit more, playable that way. Because the only way you could get rid of those earlier was just to toss them or to use them when you don't need them, and now you can save them for moments where you really desperately need a heal. Right now I'm avoiding taking any heals because I'm nearly at the end of the dungeon. I want a death warp soon, so healing now would mean a lot of time wasted. So luckily I got through the last room without taking any hits, so now I can just get the last item, which is the purification stone, I'm sorry. We had a hint about it, I just mixed those up. But the purification stone actually helps us get another bingo goal done, so I'm not even too mad about that. Okay, so with our inventories now cleared, we can now go to Euro, which is the big city in this town. I don't have to check the dark space anymore, but there's still a lot of stuff I can do. I'm gonna stand in line to get into the shop. This line moves way faster. In the original game, you're standing here up to 4.5 minutes until the line moves along far enough so you can enter. In the 100% category, you have to do this. But in the randomizer, it only takes a couple of seconds. So yeah, thank you, Don't Begumi, who developed this randomizer, for implementing these nice quality of life changes. Because otherwise, there would be a drag. Okay, another red jewel. Inca statue B. Interesting. And my inventory is so full, it's not even funny anymore. Gonna get another hint here. Statue has crystal ball. Oh, okay, that's my last crystal ball. Statue is a petrified woman, but I need a I need exactly that Gorgon flower the guy just gave me to free her, so yeah, thanks. Wow. This seed really wants me to win. Sometimes you get randomizer seeds that are really, really hard, but this one is just very forthcoming. What's the timer at the moment?
We are currently at 1 hour and 3 minutes.
Okay. That's fine. We can still do a lot with that. I'm gonna turn in a couple of items. I'm gonna turn in the will we found earlier to have an easier passages between Euro and Watamia, so continent 3 and 4. We're going back into the natives village because I have the Gorgon flower now and I can free these petrified people. Also, I can turn in the large roast, so it's out of my inventory. And I think it's time we killed another boss. Because now we have 4 crystal balls. One I already put in, and the last one I just picked up. So, there's a bingo goal that says defeat Viper. And that's exactly what we're gonna do now. There's one item in the diamond mine I left behind, but I don't really want to backtrack for that yet. We're going Nazca. We've already been here. We cleared all the items, but the boss room is still available to us. So we're going to take care of that real quick. We put down all these crystal balls here into these little holes, and then the passage to the boss is cleared. And usually I would transform for a boss fight, but this is Viper. He's so easy, I can easily defeat him with will as well. He just shoots his feathers. I use jump attacks to avoid getting hit by the feathers, and then I just whack him when he does his crystal breath thingy, and rinse and repeat. Oh, sadly he hit me here, but it's fine. Okay, one more cycle and he should be done. There's a faster way to kill this boss, obviously, but I'm not always going for the fastest strats. My plan is usually going for the most consistent strats. In the randomizer, it's usually not that important if you beat the boss like a second or two faster. It's usually about getting a better routing. But we defeated Viper and we got our second Mystic Statue. And we can also do a little bingo goal for row 5 here. We can now free Buffy and talk to Buffy. Buffy is an NPC that appears once I purify this place. So I'm taking the purification stone into the well of all evil that's in the basement of this place. And all these enemies will be transformed into humans. And one of these humans will give me an item. And we call him Buffy because in the original game he's talking about, right, now I'm gonna go slay me some vampires. And we never see him again, but we still nicknamed him Buffy because the effort that counts, right? And maybe he has something useful for me. So yeah, there's no humans here. And we'll see if we can talk to Buffy. I mean, we definitely can talk to Buffy. We'll see what Buffy will give us for our effort. Thank you, lady, for not stepping into my way. It's an herb. Okay, that was not that helpful. But yay, I suppose. I'm thinking of where to go next. I think I want to see if I can get our first bingo done. Which, it's about time, right? 1 hour in. Yeah, but that's usually how it goes in Illusion of Gaia. You do a lot of goals, and once the bingos start rolling, they just start coming in. So we're doing the first bingo just now after an hour, but the next ones are pretty much just a couple of checks away. So we're just going to go back to Continent 1. We couldn't do too much there first, but now we can. Now we have more items. So we will go into the Inca Ruins now. We have not been there because the key to open up most of the dungeon was missing. But now we have it. It's the diamond block, and we can now get all the items except for one item which is locked behind the boss. But it's still good enough for me. it's 5 items and technically a couple of more dark spaces, though those dark spaces are not important to me anymore in this seed. I have all the abilities I need from dark spaces, so I really don't need to, yeah, go looking for them anymore. We are going to use that diamond block, and if I find one specific item, which is the wind melody, I can even fight the boss here. But we'll see how lucky I am. I already got super lucky with those mushroom drops, so I'm not trying to press my luck that much. Okay, again, we are killing only the enemies that give us some orbs. Oh, and hieroglyph is nice. Because I also know where the journal is, which is pretty good. The journal is the item that gives me the correct order of the hieroglyphs. Because I don't have any other indication except for the journal. I could try, but I'd have to try 6 to the power of 6 combinations, and that takes a really long time. Okay, I've already unlocked one of the ladders. There are 2 more. We're working our way to the second one, and the last one... come on. The last one, we're gonna use a little glitch to get to there. But we still have to travel to some more sections. I'm actually trying to get hit a couple of times here because I want to death warp soon. But now that we killed 2 bosses, our health is actually pretty high. Actually, no, we're not gonna death warp. So we killed this enemy and he creates another ladder, and we're gonna use that ladder as a shortcut. First, we're gonna use this statue to solve this puzzle. I need to have a statue standing on every of these gold tiles, and... Ah, I was too slow. I can also just manipulate this guy to move on the gold tile on its own. So that's a bit faster. You used to telekinesis all 3 of the statues, but yeah, if you manipulate his movement, he can just do this on his own. Okay, and now we're getting to a check. Oh, wait. This guy I need to kill because he opens a shortcut back. And now we're going to hear the wind melody. Usually this is where you would learn your second melody in the game. For us it's just another regular check, but this check is kinda infamous. If your inventory is full, you will not get the item. You will have to leave the room, make some space, and then... yeah, he listened to the melody again. So yeah, it's a trap you fall into sometimes, and it's just a good waste of time. And it's a red jewel. Okay, I'm fine with the red jewel. I'm actually not that annoyed about that. Okay, death warping would take forever right now because we still have 17 HP. These guys deal 1 damage per hit, so taking 17 hits is super slow. So we're just gonna walk. We are just going to use this ladder we opened. As a physical proof, this ladder was also not there before. This takes us back to the start. So we unlocked 2 ladders, but there is 1 more ladder we have to get. But to get there, we're going to use a little glitch. We're going to use an enemy to hit us while we're climbing a ladder, and then weird things happen. So... oh, that's another travel item. Yeah, not so useful yet. So we're going to manipulate this guy in a certain way. Now he's gonna charge over here, and yeah, that's not really supposed to happen, but it kind of works. We kind of trick the ladder into going down further, and we can just climb into this wall and unlock the 3rd ladder in Inca Ruins, and that's our first bingo done. Row 5. Column 5. So yeah, 1 down, 2 to go. Oh, we also did talk to Buffy, now that I think about it. So this is also almost done. I'm getting hit a couple of times, but like I said, these enemies don't deal that much damage. It's not that important. It's just going through the motions right now. This is usually the first major dungeon, so I'm pretty overpowered for this place compared to the pyramid where I was constantly underpowered. Gonna ignore these guys, get 1 last item in the back end of this room, and then we'll see what we can do. jewel. I was hoping for something else, but we'll see. Yeah, the death warp is kind of slow, but it's the best thing I can do right now. Let's see. What's a good place to go? Probably Angkor Wat. Yeah, let's go Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is the biggest dungeon that's still left, now that the pyramid and crest are out of the way. We're gonna use the teapot to call these spirits. Now we have a fast travel back to Sky Garden, but we're not gonna use it. We're just going to... Oh, wait. Wait. I had a hint about a Rama statue and a laborer. I'm gonna do one little check, because I might be saving some time for later. There was one item we skipped here, which was freeing the guy that's locked behind a wall. And he might have an important statue for me. So we're gonna recheck this one real quick. Yeah, we've already been here before. I don't need to open up any more doors or anything, so I'm just going to go through the motions and see if the guy has my statue. Trying to figure out my best way through the rest of the bingo goals right now. I really would hope this to be a Rama statue. It is a Rama statue. Excellent. So now I just need one more hope statue, then I have row 5 done. Wait. Let's do another bingo goal. Let's exit a minor dungeon without dying. That's actually we can do super easy, because this counts as a minor dungeon, and exiting it without dying means I just can't death warp. But this dungeon has a little shortcut I can use to get to the start a little bit faster. I have to run through this room again in its entirety, but now I can just jump down here, and I'm back at the start of this room. And now there's just one more room. And I can move past you, out the door, exit the minor dungeon without dying. Not too bad. Yeah, now we're going Angkor Wat again. We weren't there before. Actually, we might check another side location first, because there's one item I'm really hoping to get right now, and it's a hope statue. Because with that hope statue, I can just get 2 bingo goals done at once. And if I get it early, I can basically just finish this up. It's a red jewel. Sad, but not unexpected. Okay, okay, what's the timer at the moment?
We are currently at like an hour 17-ish.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna switch strategies a little bit. I think I have time for that. Whoops. Yeah, I think we have time. So we're gonna go for a different bingo goal then, but might be worth. We're going to our last big dungeon I haven't been yet, which is Angkor Wat. And we're gonna go for column 4 and row 1. Because I have the flies in this dungeon, and I can just finish the dungeon and talk to the spirit, which means bingo is done. But after the bingo is done, I'm trying to finish the seed as well. We just need one more boss kill for that. And maybe we even get what we need in this dungeon, which would be either another hieroglyph and another and the Father's Journal, which I'm guaranteed to get, or a couple more red jewels, or one hope statue. Let's just see. So this dungeon is super nice. It's actually kind of on rails. If you move a certain way, the exact same thing will happen every time. So once you got confident enough in your routing, you're basically just, yeah, steamrolling through this thing. Except for one little section, which is the middle section, which is the garden. The garden has flies, and these are not just your regular flies. These are Cambodian jungle terror flies. They hurt a lot. They are super fast, and they can just swoop at you. I'm not able to predict those. They just swoop in. They can triple hit you, fly away. You don't even have a chance to get hit into them. So yeah, these are really nasty, and my bingo goal is to kill 5 of them. So let's see how that will work out. But first we need to reach the garden. I'm gonna pick up one more item along the way. Another red jewel, which is not that bad. I think I just need 2 more to get the secret passage unlocked, right? Oh no, I have the secret passage unlocked. Okay. Not that bad, not that bad. That's actually pretty good. So we are going to open up a little... Nah, we're not. We're not. We're going through the end anyway. Because I want to talk to the spirit. So, yeah, this is the garden. These are the flies. You just saw them at the edge of the screen, and I'm trying to see if I can maybe lure one into... Yes, got one. So that's 1, 2, 3. This one I did not get. Another one here. There we go. I am just attacking and hoping the fly will fly into my line of fire. Basically, that's the only good tactic I have to kill these flies. And now I'm going to try the same as Frieden. Okay, he's not coming. Damn it. Come here. Thank you. That was number 5. So, kill fly 5 achieved. Gonna kill one more just to be safe. I did not mess up my counting. Come on. Be a pal. Okay. That was definitely 5 now. So, that's another bingo achieved. And we're straight on our way to the next bingo. But first we have to do a little glitch, which is called the Earthquake Skip. Usually I have to stun an enemy that's just hiding out of sight here. But if I use the Earthquake, the Dark Freya, what I can also do is shoot and hit him out of screen, so he won't block my path. And with that I avoided having to find Earthquaker to stun this enemy. Instead, I'm just going to kill him off screen, and I save a bunch of time with that. Especially in the randomizer where I don't know where Earthquaker is. So, we are well on our way. Just gonna see if I can get my last boss item, because I still need one more mystical statue. Lula's Melody. Okay, that gives me another a couple more bingo goals, but not necessarily another boss kill. Ah, well. Okay, what I did here is I used a specialty of this dungeon. This dungeon is so big, it has save points in the middle. So what I did is I set a save point as Frieden. Then I went back and got myself killed as Frieden, and now I'm Will again, because for this next passage I will need to be Will. And yeah, that's just easier than finding a dark space to transform. It's just to abuse the fact that I have this save point right here at the start of this lower inner section. And now there's another trick in this dungeon, which is the light room. In this room there's one section that is brightly lit, and usually you would need sunglasses to move through there, but I don't have these sunglasses yet, so I'll have to move through there blind. which is basically the same as like playing a dark room in Zelda games or stuff like that. So, the tricky part is I have to also find some slider passages. Oh, that HP upgrade was actually not too bad. Also served as a full heal again. And now I have to work my way through the dark room one more time. There we go. Here, here. There we go. Nice. That worked pretty well. 2 more items I can get in this section, which is the forgotten chest, as the community likes to call it, because many people just walk past it and don't realize it's there. We're using Spin Dash again wherever we can get away with it, and it's another HP upgrade. Okay. I was hoping to see something else, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. No, it's fine. We can work with that. We're just gonna do Solid Armor as our last boss kill. Okay, we're almost at the end. And we have a goal that says talk to a spirit in Angkor Wat. And as it so happens, that spirit is right at the last room. So we have talk to a spirit achieved. We have our triple bingo. Right? We have column 4, column 5 and row 1. So triple bingo achieved, but we'll see if we can finish this seed. What's our timing situation at the moment?
We're like at an hour 25 almost.
Okay. So if I go straight for the boss, I should be finished in about 15 minutes, maybe 20. But I could also try to get some more bingo goals. It's up to you. What's the how far we are behind on schedule and stuff. So I leave it up to you.
I think we were doing quite alright on schedule, so if you can maybe grab a goal or 2 extra there, then I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah, let's just see what we can do. Yeah, let's do a little more. Let's do a few more side locations. At least on Continent 1, there's a lot of stuff I can just grab along the way. So let's just go there for now. I found a melody a little bit earlier, which is Lola's melody. This is usually the first item you pick up in the game, but and you usually carry it around until the end, because you have to play it multiple times through the story. But in the randomizer, it's just used to unlock one side location. We're traveling to Italy now, but as you can see, nothing's there. But like in any good RPG, if you play the magic melody, the village will appear. Because that's just how it works, right? Yeah, this seed was super generous with us, so... Love to see it. And there's my Statue of Hope. Perfect, I was hoping for that. So, in Italy lives our friend Lily, and she has blue hair and we have a necklace, which means if we give the necklace to Lily, she lives in our pocket from now on, because that's how it works, right?
How many of them are living in your pockets right now?
Just 2.
Oh.
Just Kara and Lily. Okay, We could go into Edward's Castle. Nah, that's not fun. Let's do something fun. Let's get a... I have 2 ways to get a last Mystic Statue now, but one is way more challenging for me than the other, so we're gonna do the more challenging way. Definitely. We are going to use the spirit to get back to the Sea Palace real quick. We're gonna grab another bingo goal. We're probably not gonna get a bingo, maybe. I don't know. But we will be trying to defeat the vampires at will. Oh yeah, we will get one more bingo. Because we will definitely place all 4 statues in Mu, which means row 5 will be completed. But I will try to defeat the vampires as well. That's the most challenging of the boss fights. That's because the vampires are 2 bosses at once. So as will, I need to hit each of them 40 times while not dying. And there's also a time limit. And the vampires can fly. And I cannot. So it's, yeah, I'm at a major disadvantage. So right now, Lily, who lives in our pocket, can transform into a dandelion seed. And she can open this coffin for us. And there's a bingo goal that says open both coffins, so we're just gonna do that. The first coffin has an item, but the second only has a hint. But all coffins are open, so we're gonna check that, of course. Now we're going back to Mu. We still have a good section of the dungeon left because we only had 1 hope statue when we were the last, so there's still another underwater section waiting for us. But now we have all hope statues and we have the 2 Rama statues for the boss. So we're gonna grab these last few items, see if maybe we can get another bingo goal along the way. And then we're going for the, in my opinion, most challenging of the boss fights, especially as will. So back into my favorite dungeon, not with my second least favorite enemies, which are these flashers that can just appear out of nowhere and hit you. So we are just going to place this one over here. Get another little cutscene. This cutscene is sped up as well, by the way. This one would take about 40 seconds in a regular game, but yeah. Our developer is a speedrunner at heart, and he made a lot of nice quality of life changes. Okay. Now all the water is gone, and that means I can get 2 more items. Sadly, I did not get the Freya upgrade, which I was hoping, but it's fine. So, ooh. There was one of those flashes that just spawned in the middle of my way, which is not that great. Red jewel is fine. One more item and then we're going straight to the boss. Ooh, flasher please, thank you. So, we're going to move this guy out of the way. Freya upgrade, nice. And now you see that Dark Freya, the red fireball symbol, has a little star on top of it. That means I found both upgrades. So, upgrade Dark Freya twice, achieved. Like I said, it's really... no, we're not gonna heal. We're gonna do this like real men. We're gonna go in there bruised and battered. For the ultimate challenge. No. Like I said, it's usually slow start, but once you got it rolling, you really have a lot of bingo goals that will just fall and come into part. Like this one, I'm just gonna place all 4 statues in Mu, which is achieved, another bingo goal. And now we're trying to defeat the vampires as well, which will give us a 3rd mystic statue. Okay, the thing about the vampires is we have 2 bosses at once, and they shoot projectiles and they move along this grid, but only the female vampire with the yellow hair moves along the grid. And I'm gonna heal here just to be safe. The male vampire, he can just fly around, so I'm focusing on killing one of them super fast so they can't use their big attack. And now I just have to chase down the female vampire, the male vampire. I'm trying to use jump attacks to get a lot of iframes because the vampires themselves don't have a hitbox, but all their projectiles, like these fire shields and the fireballs they send along the lanes, they will hurt me. So I'm going to try and make quick business out of this guy, but he can be super annoying, right? He can fly super fast far away, and sometimes you just don't. If you don't predict him right, you can just miss a ton of hits. Also, because it's not hard enough, there's a time limit. If the bomb explodes before the vampires are dead, I just have to start all over again. There we go. And defeat the vampires as well. Achieved. Not too bad. What's the time?
We are at like an hour 33 and a half.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you the bonus boss as well. We're gonna do almost blackouts then. The only thing we cannot do anymore is enter all 3 dark spaces. And I mean, we could do that, but we already were uncovered. We'd have to redo the whole dungeon again, because I was not betting on that one. But I still have time to show you the bonus boss and the final boss. I think it's in about 15 minutes from now we should be finished with this. Maybe a bit faster, depends on how well this dungeon works. But yeah, that was the pretty challenging fight. I had good stat upgrades already, so it wasn't that hard. I had a lot of herbs I can burn. And now we turn in all our red jewels, and the jeweler takes us to the final bonus dungeon, which is the jeweler's mansion. The jeweler's mansion has a lot of lag and has a lot of very hard-hitting enemies. The lag is actually not even from the enemies, it's that ghost overlay that we have here. And these enemies hurt quite a lot, and I only have 1 defense upgrade, so probably 4 hits and I'm dead, and I have a lot of these narrow passages again. I have these beholders. I cannot block the eye lasers of the beholders if they shoot at me. I have to either dodge or use a jump attack to get some iframes, but I'm actually killing a lot of them for lag reduction, because the less sprites there are, the less lag I will receive. And that was pretty good. So now we can grab 1 more item down here. It's the wind melody. Nice. That was locked away pretty mean. So that was yeah. That's an item I need to get to the boss in Inca Ruins, but yeah, this is probably the worst location he could have hidden. It doesn't matter. So now we're already at the last boss, and this boss used to be super hard. But speedrunners ruin everything, so see how this hardest boss in the game turns into, yeah. Yeah, so what I did here, I used item buffering to move in a pixel-perfect way again. And now I'm on a pixel where the boss can shoot at me as much as he wants, but he just can't hit me, but I can hit him. So it's just about getting that pixel and then mashing at him, and yeah, this boss used to be super hard, and that's Solid Arm defeated. Hidden bonus boss. Yeah, so speedrunners ruin everything, even hidden bonus bosses that are supposed to be super hard. And for those who maybe know the game Soul Blazer, that was actually the first boss in the game Soul Blazer, because Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, and Terranigma are all kind of connected. They're all made by Quintet, and they don't have much to do. You can enjoy them individually. But they are all kind of connected. Like the story of Illusion of Gaia picks up where the story from Soul Blazer ends, and Terranigma also is in the world that is changed after the events of Illusion of Gaia. Also, we got 4 Mystic Statues now, so we almost did Blackout. So I don't have anything more to do in here, so let's just go face the final boss. Gonna do a safety save here, but whoops. There we go. But whenever I enter dark spaces, when I have my go mode conditions fulfilled, there was Kara, by the way. Kara is just here to power up my final form. Whenever I have the go mode conditions fulfilled, I can just go to any of the dark spaces, and then it will trigger the final boss fight. This is Dark Gaia. There's also a randomizer only bonus boss, which is called Apocalypse Gaia. Dark Gaia has 2 phases. It's the regular boss fight you know from the original game, but Apocalyptic Gaia has 3 additional phases, and they are hard as nails. So if you really want a challenge and always thought if the final boss is kind of meh, try playing the randomizer, try playing Apocalyptic Gaia, and yeah. I didn't bring it here for the bingo tournament because actually I was worried about meeting my time at all. The seed was very kind to me, so yeah, I was not confident enough to show you Apocalyptic Gaia within the time frame though. So maybe next time. And yeah, maybe a little shout out to this awesome community. Illusion of Gaia Randomizer is a very small but also very open community. We'd love to see more players who are interested in the game or who want to see more features. I've only shown you the very basic features of the game. There is tons of more stuff you could do. You could have your continents mixed up in an overworld shuffle. You could have a boss shuffle, an enemy shuffle, door shuffle. There's different forms of logic. What I showed you was the easiest logic. There's also something we call chaos logic, which is pretty hard. And if you want to roll those seeds, you can just go on iogr.app. iogr.app, you can roll your seeds there, and you also find a link to our community Discord, where we have tutorials, guides, picture guides, videos, anything you just need, or you can just pop in and ask your questions. We do races, we do bingo seeds, we do tournament in January coming up. So yeah, if I piqued your interest, I'd be happy to see some of you join the Discord and have some fun with us. Right, but right now we're in the final phase of the final boss already. I need to block these projectiles coming from the side. I need to burst these bubbles before they hit me. And whenever the boss is about to shoot at me, I'm going to hit her in the face instead. And I did perfectly because I got 5 hits 2 times. So in the next phase she will die, so please get ready on time. There should be 1 more laser projectile and then the next damage phase. And after 4 hits she will die. Time. And that was the Illusion of Gaia Randomizer bingo version. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Hope you had some fun. And yeah, like I said, if you want to join us, iogr.app for the link to our Discord. But also, please stay with us here for this wonderful marathon. It's the 5th year. It's the 3rd marathon I am a part of. And I'm really happy that this that Bingothon made it into year 5, and I hope I'll be around to see year 10 as well, because I just love bingo seats and I love seeing how many games can be turned into bingo games, and it's just so cool that we have this whole marathon circled around that. So thanks for being a part of this. Thanks Bingothon for organizing this. Thanks for the tech crew in the back which keeps everything running, and thanks for everybody who's watching, donating or sharing about this marathon. There's still a lot of runs to be done. I've been rambling for nearly 2 hours now, so thanks everybody for listening, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Well, I mean, if you want to ramble some more, we got a little bit of time here for the next round, because you did a very, very impressive job of getting an almost full blackout in an hour 40 flat.
I'm kind of mad. I could have had a blackout easily, because I was in the dungeon where I had to do that last goal, but I just thought, nah, I'm never going to find all the other stuff, and now I'm like, this is... It looks so wrong to have that 1 goal missing.
Leave something for like in a future time, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Submit this later for a future run again, and just guarantee make it a blackout. We get to see everything.
Like I said, it's very dependent on the seed. Sometimes the seed just trolls you very hard. I got early abilities. I got these mushroom drops all back to back, basically. They can troll you sometimes. The seed was very, very generous with me, so with a slightly harder seed, I think it might have looked a bit different, but as far as this goes, I got to show you a lot of stuff, so that's fine in my book.
Yeah, because like in a worst case scenario, how long could this have taken?
These are what we call tournament settings. These are the settings we also run in the tournament that's going to happen in January. We had seeds that were 120 if you just, I mean, if you don't do bingo, if you just finish the seed, go straight to the final boss as soon as you can, right? But we also had seeds with these settings that were like 215 with not doing any additional stuff. That's when you basically, the game says, yeah, you have to 100% this just to get a chance to get a final to the final boss, which this seed wasn't. I could have probably gone to the final boss at about 115.
Yeah, it was like already, even when you had like your 3 bingos, it was like already so early on that it was like, oh.
Yeah, like I said, this was
I don't know this game super well, but it seems like you are having a very good seed.
Yeah, this is this was very, very and it's definitely upper shelf class seed, definitely. Doesn't help that I'm playing this game really a lot. It's if you see me streaming on Twitch, 90% of the time I will be playing this randomizer, this game. I love it so much. It's like, it's my favorite game as a child, and now that I found the randomizer, it's like I can't stop playing this. It's just so much fun. I've played thousands of seeds already, so that probably doesn't hurt, but it's still I still enjoy it so much every time, and I love to share it with people who never saw this, who don't know the name or the game, or maybe who know the game but thought, I never know there was a randomizer about this. So that's always amazing that I get the chances to join cool marathons like this to spread the word.
Yeah, totally. I'm very happy that you were able to show this off, because it seems like such fun randomizer to do. Like, I love randomizers as well, and then just more randomizers is always better.
Yes. I can't wait to have this into Archipelago for a multi-world thing. Maybe we can make it happen for the next Bingothon and have a multi-world challenge for this going. I'll definitely be keep my eyes on that and see what we can do for the bingo.
Imagine like a crazy archipelago with like 10 different randomizers.
Oh yeah, and then like a bingo goal where everybody has to work together to get these done in 10 different games. That would be so great.
That would be so crazy. I would love to see something
I would
like
play that. I would play that. Okay.
All right. I think we've talked for long enough. So unless you have any more words you would like to say, any more thanks, any more shout outs, but I think you did a lot of
I mean, you guys deserve definitely more shout outs. Every host, every commentator who's jumping in here, the tech that keeps everything running, organizers, they deserve all the shout outs they can get. But I've really been rambling so long. I think it's time to give our next runners a chance to do their GeoGuessr double bingo. So I think I'm just gonna say thank you for watching and have a great rest of the event.
Yes. And thank you again so much for showing this off. Like you said, we're going to be setting up for the next run, going to be GeoGuessr between Stacy and Rob the Gamer. Double bingo, dual mode. Very curious what that will fully entitle, and they will definitely tell us when it happens. So for now, we're going to go into the intermission to set up for that, and we'll be back with you in a bit. See ya.
He's super strong, is not a man. He's gonna fly again. He's got the power, he's got the flame. Super hyper wonder pigeon, that's his name. Take me high, Mr. Pigeon. Come and save my love.
You win. Cheese. Team 17.
Let's take a step back. What does a vaccine do? The purpose of a vaccine is to train your immune system to be able to recognize something that it needs to be destroyed. And so there's two parts of that. One is being able to figure out the unique features of the tumor that are not present in any of your other cells in your body that you can use to create that wanted poster. Then once you do that, you have to figure out which small subsection of that virus, protein, cancer cell is accessible to the immune system, so outside on the surface. And then you have to create the vaccine that will be able to attack that and go to it. So you're basically looking at a tumor cell, finding the piece that's outside on the surface that's unique to it, taking the coding, so the mRNA version of it, and that way your body makes the protein version of the small thing and it trains your immune system to attack. So that technology absolutely is like the next phase of precision oncology, because you can go into every patient's tumor, figure out what's unique, and create that mRNA vaccine. It's much easier to make than a traditional protein vaccine, because with a protein vaccine, you almost have to build a protein in a different organism, get it approved, make sure that your human body won't reject it. Here, it has none of that. Your body is just making something for the cancer cell to destroy. So that's why the technology is so breakthrough.
No way.
Okay, it is actually correct. Okay, maybe it wasn't a typo after all.
It wasn't a typo after.
I stopped with the bingo complete. Oh! Okay, we will fight 5 years of Bingothon apparently.
Hello everyone. Welcome to, or still welcome. Glad you're still watching Bingothon. I'm so happy for all of you to be around here, and so far I'm having a great time over here. Still got a little bit of time to set up. for the next run. So that's why I'm here, telling you about all the things that need to be told about what you need to know. Before actually telling you more things about whatever we do and what can be done, I did get a donation just now. We got a $30 donation from Arrowman Snow, saying Illusion of Gaia was a blackout in our hearts. I think it definitely was. It was such a good fun. And thank you so much for that donation. And it was definitely a blackout in our heart. So thanks so much for that. Furthermore, with a donation like that, let me actually tell you a little bit about where the donation is going. Because the money raised during this marathon will go to Fred Hutch. And I've got an entire list of what kind of things Fred Hutch can do with certain amounts of money. For example, with just a $5, they were able to supply 100 test tubes used by researchers. For $50, it will pay for 2 hours of a junior researcher's time to pursue a new cancer therapy. $250 enables researchers to see which genes are switched on in cancer. And $10,000, and I know it's a lot, but it buys a special freezer that can store tissue, DNA, and other samples used to unlock the mysteries of the disease. And with the $13,000 raised for Fred Hutch by Bingothon in the past 3 years, this is what your contributions have therefore brought. But it can be so much more, as like every donation that we'll be getting throughout this will help with such good causes that I've just listed. There's a bunch of other things that I could be listing, but I could be sitting here for hours, and maybe that's not what you're here for. Even though we're having a very good time, I don't think people want to hear me talk for like 3 hours.
Well, maybe we can help for that.
Oh, hello, Flora.
Hi.
Already, our next host is showing up. How are you doing,
Yeah,
Flo?
if the people don't want to hear you talk for 3 hours, maybe we can help with that.
Hey, let's go.
Speaking, what is this?
What? Vegasroff? Crazy.
Hello.
Ah, such a wonderful moment to have both of you here.
Yes, it's better than not being here like yesterday. Still sorry about that. So, Frosty, how do you feel?
I'm doing pretty alright. I just watched an amazing Illusion of Gaia run. I've had my cup of tea this morning, and I can't wait to grab my second cup of tea in a bit, but that will come later. But so far, I've been doing really good.
Comfy. It's the perfect mood. I mean, how's the weather looking for you right now? Is there any snow around your area now that we're in December?
Not yet, but I know the forecast was telling us that there was potentially going to be snow later today. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for that. So far, it's just a bit cloudy and just very, very chilly. But, you know, me being frosty, I'm used to things being cold, right?
I know there was a lot of snow, like, in the general area where I live, just not, like, in the city where I live. Like my city, like the city where I live is, like, completely no snow, but as soon as you drive, like, a few kilometers further, like 20 kilometers or so, you see snow.
And just dodged your city. How dare they?
Yeah. How does the snow dare?
Unbelievable.
So, please come into cities.
Oh. That was my
Hello.
alarm.
Hello,
Hey,
alarm.
you got a hosting shift. Wake up.
Is this your hosting shift, Floa?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Potentially.
So you are telling me this is my hosting shift?
I think so.
But it's not just your hosting shift, right?
Is it not?
I think there is another one.
Perhaps.
There. Who could this other one be?
I wonder. I have no clue.
Wait, you have no clue? I thought it was going to be you. This is... I'm confused.
Maybe chat
Do
knows the
I need to
answer?
sit here for another 3 hours? I mean, fine. I'm getting hungry, and
Maybe chat
No.
knows the answer?
chat.
Good.
Who do you think is hosting? Who do you want to be hosting?
Can you help us, chat?
if you say my name now, then yay. But on the other hand, I'm gonna be dropping off in a little bit. Not right now.
Who
not right
is
now.
the host?
Will we never know?
No. Oh well. Then it's
In
just
that
gonna be, our decision then at this point, I guess.
In this case, I will say we will still very, very kindly take it over from you. Even if we have no idea who shall take over, we can assume that is us.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
we are very knowledgeable on things, I guess, on our own shifts, and this whole thing makes no sense anymore. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, they're making a very
Are
good
you
point in
sure
chat.
about that, iBot? Are you really sure about that?
Are you sure this wouldn't be intentional, iBot?
Okay, I think it's gonna be you two. I'm pretty sure. at this point.
Oh yeah. Frosty, I thank you for your service.
Are you two gonna be okay? I can still chill for at least intermission.
Oh yeah, if you want to stick around, I'm happy for it. But
Yeah.
if you want to run away in fear from whatever badness can stem when the both of us are here, then I don't blame you. You can do it.
I'll just, if it gets too much, I'll just quickly disconnect without saying anything, and then
Yeah, just sneak away.
they'll never know. I'll disappear into the shadows, like the shadow that I am.
You know, although I would definitely say, if you were to do this, I would definitely rate your behavior as naughty.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Don't want to be naughty. I want my presents.
Yeah, I suppose that between us, Frosty will probably be the one who's nice, but I mean,
What? No. What are you talking about? Why is it me the obvious one? You both are really nice as well.
nah, I'm naughty.
Oh dang.
And Floa is probably even, yeah, we're not a combination. You know this hosting shift is gonna be naughty. That's not gonna be that's gonna be something.
It's gonna be very, very naughty hosting shit.
Especially with
Ooh.
Joe Gesser, that's gonna be even more naughty.
That is true.
Especially if during the geocacher you're gonna expose people's addresses and being like, oh, I know who lives there lives there, and there. You're welcome.
I appreciate this naughty behavior you want to display, Frosty. That definitely makes you naughty.
Oh no!
Let's go and dox people via the GeoGuessr run.
I remember at one point I was watching someone play geocacher, and it wasn't like the street that I lived in, but it was the town that I lived in, and I was like, oh dang, I shouldn't say that I recognize the town because I live in it.
Oh yeah, that street. I know it very well.
Yeah. And it could be Netherlands, maybe. Who knows? Oh yeah, this and this city. Yeah, I've heard of it. I guess.
Maybe seen it before.
Could be. I'm not sure. Also, can I say that donation total? That's like we're getting so close to the $500. Who's gonna be that person who makes us pass through that $500?
Yeah, that's gonna be the big question. Like, who's gonna do it?
It's just $2. It's so close. It's a short donation away from getting 500.
Such a beautiful amount at that point already.
Could be you. Could be anyone.
Could it even be me?
Yeah, could even be you.
Now that would be nice behavior.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm being bullied into being nice. That sounds kind of naughty. Now what do we say?
In case you didn't know, you are currently watching Bingothon Summer 2022.
Summer.
Summer? Did I say summer?
Yes, you did.
I am certainly prepared. That is what happens if you go off script.
You have a script?
More or less.
I did have a script you're saying where Pika said, wait, we have a script? So I guess so.
It's a meta script.
Yeah. Sorry, you wanted to say things, so we bullied you.
Right. And you are watching Bingothon Winter 2023. I think it's not really summer anymore. And
It's in Australia.
yeah, we're raising money for Fred Hutch. Now I put my script away. That is probably not a good idea. Yeah. If you don't know what Fred Hutch is or what your donations can do for Fred Hutch, let me tell you the following. Why do I constantly put my script away? That is not what I want to tell you.
That wasn't in the script, you putting the script away.
Maybe it was.
Oh.
Maybe it's all part of the script.
No.
Anyway. So, are you curious to know the impact that your donations can make towards Fred Hutch? Well, let me tell you. $5. You see, if you donate $5 right now, can supply 100 test tubes that can be used by researchers. $50 pay for 2 hours of a junior researcher's time to pursue a new cancer therapy. $250. Look, we're almost at 2 times $250. You donate another $2 right now. Enable researchers to see which genes are switched on in cancer and can better fight the cancer with that. And $10,000 you can buy a special freezer that can store tissue, DNA, and other samples to like research and just look at and investigate, which can be used to unlock the mysteries of cancer. And yeah, in case you didn't know, Bingothon has already raised $13,000 previously for Fred Hutch. In the past 3 years, that is what your contributions have brought. And why stop there?
I'm confident we can make it to 15,000 total for Fred Hutch for this event.
Would that be so good?
Yeah, they're an amazing
one way to
cause.
make that possible. It's by you. I'm pointing at the camera. You, whoever's watching and hearing this.
You personally, watcher, it's up to you. Did you want to say something?
I was about to say, if you do not know what Bingothon is, maybe we should tell you a little bit about that. Would one of you maybe want to do the honors?
I can definitely tell you about what Bingothon does, because although I've not been as much involved as the two of you, like two of the main organizers of it, I can I have at least a text in front of me that can tell me a lot about what it could be said. But yeah, Bingothon. Right now, this marathon marks the 5 years since the original Bingothon marathon in December 2018. Since then, we have raised over $28,000 for various charities, completed 11 marathons, and branched out into various external events and content, including the Blind Bingo series, or the Breath of the Wild Bingo Bash, among several other ones. To everyone who has been here in some shape or form since then, thank you so much. It wouldn't have been possible without you. And let's make it even. We've done for 5 years. Let's make it another 5 years. Let's go to the 10, and then 20, and then 60, and then 69, and then 420, and other funny numbers.
Wow. Several generations of Bingothon. Funny generations of Bingothon.
Yeah.
That would be something.
I feel like 420 is gonna be very hard. They're gonna have some very dedicated people for that.
Yeah, or maybe we'll someone will have found the way to keep the both of us alive through all these years, and we'll be forced to keep organizing Bingothon for all these years. Even
What?
even
That sounds kind of terrible.
we won't be allowed to die ever. We must for all eternity organize Bingothon.
It would just be like a family thing, right? Like eventually you'll pass it over to your children, and then your children will pass it to their children, and so on and so on.
Imagine, in hundreds of years from now, Bingothon is ruling over the world, and it's like, how did the Bingothon empire start? Well, let me tell you a story.
We flash back to this moment.
About Darth Pika the Wise.
This could all have just been prevented if you went with your initial instinct when I asked you to join me and you just said nah.
Yeah, see, but then we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, that would be a pretty bad thing. At least for now, it will be a pretty bad thing, but let's hope it doesn't turn into a good thing by it becoming a sort of evil empire hundreds of years down the line.
I did not intend for that.
Me neither.
That sounds so wrong.
Awkward silence.
This conversation has already devolved into very strange outcomes.
Yep.
You two have not even been on shift for like 15 minutes, and it's already turned down to this.
I mean, some people would argue now that that it was maybe a good idea that Pika did not join me for the opening ceremony yesterday.
Oh. Who knows what might have happened then? Who knows?
Would have already talked about Bingothon dominating the world within the first 2 minutes.
Who knows?
Okay, maybe 3. Sure. That was groovy.
But, you know, how about I take the time that we have in here and talk about something that's actually useful? For example, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor. We would like to take a quick moment and thank Team 17 for sponsoring Bingothon Winter 2023 and for their continuous support within the past few events. And yes, you now get to pronounce the event just like me. Whenever you talk about the event, you gotta say Bingothon with special emphasis on the winter 2023. I make the rules.
Can I also pronounce when I'm just talking about the general seasons? Like, even if I'm not mentioning it with Bingothon, I'm like, well, last Summer, I did this and this.
I mean, go right ahead.
I feel like that it will be funny in here, but people outside of here will think of me very weirdly if I just start talking about seasons like that.
Let's just normalize putting an emphasis on seasons all the time.
Imagine asking anyone, like, what are the 4 seasons? Well, summer, autumn, winter, and spring!
Oh god.
Wow! Have we scared the people in chat away yet?
I mean, I wouldn't blame them.
I would blame us. How dare we?
In the meantime, I'm trying to see here, because obviously we've got GeoGuessrs going to start in just a few minutes. We're still waiting just on the confirmation that they will be ready to go. But we do have more runs later on, and I do believe I'm looking at incentives. Is there any that you'd like to talk about?
Sorry, what? I was reading something else and incentives. Yes. I haven't talked about any of the upcoming ones yet, but maybe now is a good point to talk about them. For example, the head in time incentives. Like for the randomizer that will be happening, there is a costume choice for the head girl, and all options still at $0 right now, so it can be any of your choice with any amount of donation. You can either go for the Battle Line, the Doodle Girl, Madeline, or Omori. And whoever's your favorite, I would say go for it.
Oh yeah, and indeed there's also the Death Wishes goal as well, which requires $100. But there is time to reach them because that run will be tonight. So we've got a whole day to get that incentive met, and I'd be very happy to see that happening. And just like as a general reminder, another incentive that we've got ongoing through sort of the entire marathon that will be applied then at the very end for the finale is for the generic bingo. Because if you look at the schedule, you'll see that at the very final run of the marathon will be the generic bingo, where the runners will have a board consisted of very generic goals that can be applied to any game, and the runners will have to play through a bunch of games that they have at their disposal to complete those goals, which, as you will understand, will be chaotic. But to make things even more chaotic, you have the option of submitting goal ideas via your donations. And all you have to do is to put the suggestion you have in your donation message. And then we will put that on our records, and who knows, maybe you'll see your goal be on that bingo card when it comes to that finale. So any donation will do. Just put that in your message, and there's a possibility in there.
Definitely come up with some cool ideas, like touching grass, eat some food, take a nap, whatever you can think of. It can be so generic as you would like it to be, and sometimes it's going to be very fun to see how the runners at that point will figure out how they're going to do that in one of the games that they have at their disposal.
Oh yeah, be wild with it.
I definitely need to think about a good one as well and put it into a donation. I want to see some chaos happening during that.
All right. I just got pinged here. Apparently, we've just heard that the next runners for the GeoGuessr Double Bingo Dual Mode run are ready. There'll be Stacy and Rob the Gamer 115, both staff members at Bingothon here. So in this case, we'll be transitioning to the game very soon.